I created Species Nutrition with one mission in mind: to provide bodybuilders and serious athletes with no-nonsense supplements that work. I put my name and reputation on every bottle of Species Nutrition products. If you want to be your absolute best, join the evolution.
This is Kyle. Kyle doesn't like junk food. Kyle doesn't do drugs. Kyle likes to work out. Do some good shit.
Welcome back to the Dave Palumbo Podcast. I'm Dave Palumbo, and we are joined right now by Lee Priest, and I think, Gregg Valentino's popping in here, and Romano's joining us pretty soon as well. What's up, guys?
What's going on?
You know, I had to, I went to New York. I didn't see Gregg, but I did talk to him on the phone. We talked about this already. But Gregg, I wound up getting COVID. Can you believe it?
Get the fuck out of here,
yeah,
really?
I tested positive for it. Yep.
Holy shit, yeah, I was going to make a joke.
I knew when I sat on that airplane and they had us in, for some reason JetBlue jams as many freaking people onto that plane as they possibly can. And, everyone has, all these people have masks on. You don't know if they're wearing masks because they don't want to get sick or because they are sick,
Personally, I think that the masks, these idiots that you still see wearing masks all the time, I think that they've created a super bug of the flu and everything else because there's no immune system. Listen, my girlfriend's Mexican, and her father, lived in Mexico his whole life and shit. Came here, and now he's fine. He's acclimated with our lifestyle. But when he goes back to Mexico, if he has even an ice cube in his drink or drinks any of their water, he gets deathly sick. Yeah, and that shows that the immunity. You have to have immunity. If you sit there and wear
I think that's bacteria, though. They have a higher tolerance for bacteria there because their stuff has more bacteria. These are, when we talk about viruses, that's a little different. Fauci himself said that the masks that he was telling people to wear, the holes in the masks were too big. The viral particles are smaller than the holes in the mask, so the viral particles went right through the holes.
Yeah, but I think
off camera, he's telling people they're useless. On camera, he's telling people that to wear the mask.
Yeah, but I think it's all related. I still think it's the same thing. If you abstain from germs, that may be bacteria. But if you drink that fucking bacteria every day and it's normal to you,
well, I mean, look at kids.
You're immune to it.
Yeah. My wife will get upset when the kids eat something off the floor. I'm like, if you see how dirty their hands are, and they put them in their eyes and their mouth, and they don't wash their hands all day.
You know what's funny? Your first
immunity,
Your first kid, you're paranoid, right? The fucking binky drops on the floor, you're over there washing it, boiling it. By the fucking last kid, you're like, fucking here, you can have dirt on it. You're like,
Exactly. So, but
anyways, so what's new? Lee, how you doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
Oh, there's John. Hold on.
Just a dog chasing.
I hope this COVID's not putting you off going to the Arnold Classic, Dave.
No, I'm getting it over with early. But
that's funny.
When I had my chest surgery, my cardiac surgery, they put 2 chest tubes in you, like right through your abs, and it creates like a drain, and then they pull them out after a couple of days. But I always said to myself, when they pull them out, I'm like, what's preventing? They had to cut into you through your abs to get these chest tubes in. So sure enough, I have like a little hernia on one of them. I have like it's like a little round thing. You ever see the hernias the guys get on their belly button?
Yeah, I see.
I have one like up here, and you only see it when you like kind of flex a certain way.
I got those fatty lumps. I got like one here, one there.
That's a lipoma.
One on my tricep. Those little fatty lump things.
Yeah, that's a lipoma. You could actually poke your finger through my abdominal wall. So
the lipomas.
I got it. Blackman with the lipomas, right?
Well, I don't know.
So I got to get this thing fixed now.
But that's a common thing with these guys with the belly button. I see a lot of bodybuilders with that shit.
Well, I mean, think about it. When you're in your mother's womb, you have a blood vessel that goes through that, and that's feeding you all the nutrition. So you know, a lot of times it never closes up completely, or it's a weakness at least. So then when you get bigger as a bodybuilder, it kind of bursts that thing open because it never really sealed itself properly. So a lot of times they'll
why can't we just reopen it somehow, get a little flap on there, and then, like I said, we could get our extra calories through our belly button.
Yeah, one of Mr. G's cookies through your belly button.
That's a great idea. Umbilical delivery system.
Dude, he sent me the fucking giant. I got a few over. He sent me that giant peanut butter cup.
Let me see.
I wanted to do a video. I ate the. You want to see it?
Yeah, let's see it.
Hey, John, I was thinking where John talked about the delivery system of different things. Now, here's an idea we can run with it. Who wants to market it? Pre-workout, but in a vape.
But girlfriend moved it.
Oh, I thought of that already. You know
Someone
what?
came out with one of those.
I actually came out with one, a prototype, and that's when all when all the vaping, news came out that how bad it was for you. Great.
Someone actually sent me a vape pre-workout. And I tried. I didn't really feel it that much, to be honest.
Actually, mine was a nootropic. Mine was a vape nootropic.
I can't find where my girlfriend put the cookies. Look, they were in a box. She
ate them, Greg.
Your girlfriend is the cookie.
She ate them.
Here's the fucking box of shit. It's empty. I don't know where she. Dude, I ate a little one, and then I ate a whole giant one. And bro, was I on the porcelain convenience or what?
So you got to take Fiberlize with that, dude.
I do take Fiberlize.
Look how young Lee looks there.
Wow.
Look at that.
That was 97 at the Olympia.
Look, he's like a little kid.
Damn.
Listen to what I'm saying.
You look like you're 12.
He looks like Superman's apprentice.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't care where I place. I'm just here to compete.
Steve's like, what a handsome man. Very handsome man.
Who do you say that to? The big
special ed.
I think that was 99 Olympia. That one there.
Well, you look great there, buddy.
Yeah, you're a freak.
You look great. Wow. You look really good.
I forgot how freaky you were. Holy shit.
And he doesn't have a single tattoo either. Look at that.
Right.
No, I would have had a couple. You just can't see him. Would have had the Superman tattoo and the NASCAR. Is that the Superman music on that?
I didn't want to play it because I'm afraid that we're going to get demonetized.
Turn it up a little bit.
I can't because they'll demonetize us.
Just for a second.
What song are you
going crazy now?
What song?
Not allowed to say.
He can't say what song he posed to?
No, you're going to get demonetized.
Just for saying I posted
Superman. The Superman.
Oh.
There we go. Police
and the crowd goes nuts when I go to the theme's picking up here when I go into the myth pose, the Superman theme. They cut
it out.
They cut the myth pose? The fuck?
Who done that editing?
That's your best shot.
It's like when people video like the live streams of the Arnold and the Olympia and the cameraman front lats when the cameraman's focused on their calves. You're like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like.
Did you particularly like that pose, Lee? The myth pose, is that like your favorite shot? Or if not, what is your favorite?
I didn't really have front double biceps and all that were probably some of my best, but I didn't mind doing the myth pose, but I didn't see what everybody else saw when I do it. I don't think you ever do see this.
Let me tell you what we saw.
Great.
Enormous freaking forearms, like bowling pins.
You look fucking good. Everything looked great on him when he did that shit.
Oh, man. He could have, I think he's better in that pose than Sergio.
That wasn't the myth. That was the reality. He should call that. That's the reality, bro, because he looked amazing. I love that pose with him. I can be honest with you. I don't think he did it. Sergio and him, or like everybody else that tries to do that pose, should not do that.
Nobody
pose.
could pull it off.
Right.
You gotta have, as Louis would say, or Louis' dad would say, you gotta have arms. Arnold has spaghetti arms, according to Louis' dad. So
it's like when you see people do the myth pose who don't have arms, or they try and do the crucifix pose, or heaven forbid, you always see that skinny guy on stage with skinny legs try wobble his leg like that. You're like, what are you doing?
Sergio Jr. could do those myth poses too.
Oh yeah, he could.
He knows.
I got to be honest with you. I'm not trying to kiss Lee's ass because he's my boy, but I give the edge to Lee on that one.
Yep.
In his prime,
but I think he's got better arms.
I give the edge to Lee.
Lee has better arms. That's why.
But it's not just the arms. The way Lee put their legs down and then everything else, it all fucking looked great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think anyway.
Speaking of little Sergio, why will he get it together and
he's training with Dorian now, so maybe he is getting it together.
In Spain.
Really?
Yeah, Dorian's been training him.
He's moved to Marbella, Spain, and he's been training. I see on Instagram every now and then, like Dorian's training him now, so there might be this big.
That would be an awesome pairing right there, man.
Hold on, look here.
Wouldn't that be so cool to have two Mr. Olympia's father and son?
He looks good. He looks great right there. He looks. Oh,
hold on.
What's that?
Wouldn't that be good if, like, we have a Mr. Olympia training the son of a Mr. Olympia, who then becomes Mr. Olympia?
Yeah.
Right.
You know why Sergio Jr. looks good in this pose too? Because a lot of guys who try to hit this pose don't have forearms.
Mm-hmm.
Lee has forearms. Both Sergios had forearms. You got to have the whole forearm. You can't just have.
You know, it's not only forearms, but it's not only forearms, but it's the size of the joints too, and how the forearm is like. See, because the wrist is so small, then it goes into this like bowling pin. Both of them have it.
But I love even the way the lats pull and all that shit, like the whole fight. You know, it just all looks good. And actually, I like the way Lee puts his legs more than even Sergio. If you look at Sergio, he stood there. The way Lee did it.
I always did it from the rear as well. I don't know if Sergio, the older one, ever did it from the rear. Did he? Or?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't know.
I'll tell you,
not too many.
I look up on YouTube and there's an old clip that just popped up here. Ronnie Coleman, 2001, taking his clothes off on the Jay Leno show.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. I remember. I saw that live. I don't even know why I saw it live.
Is it Gina Davis sitting there like this?
And that's when he said, "I'm 100% natural."
Yeah, I was going to say that. You're right. I got better genetics. He says.
I think Weeder told him to say that because Ronnie really doesn't know how to lie anyway.
No, there he is.
Yeah, look at that
forearms. Look at that on the right.
What's
side.
That? Is that the Iron Man? That must be an Iron Man.
Yeah. You know, one of the best conditions I was in actually when I did that is the cover of Muscular Development when they took the shot of me doing that from a contest because I got all the veins, the big sinew, like
plus
like
Paravinal enhanced the picture probably. Yeah.
No, it's just a better shot. I was in better condition, I think, for the one that was on.
Hold on, see if I can find that. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Greg, what was your favorite shot?
Google.
My favorite shot?
Yeah. I got to put it. Let me change that question. What shot did you think you looked the best in?
You thought he was going to say test for a minute, then didn't you? Is that why you reworded
it? And then I guess the double bicep. But I looked more like Zane when I was competing. You know what I'm saying? I was younger and I wasn't on shit, and I was, I was young. You know.
I found it. I found it. Hold on.
I send you pictures, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you send it 400 times. You sent this.
I have a whole album of you.
the same picture.
There it is.
There you go.
Yeah, I love that. I love that shot.
Lee, you're a freak, but John can tell you, I guarantee you, Per added a little bit here and a little bit there to the picture, too.
Absolutely. But you know what? I got to say, Per was very good at that.
He made it look natural. Yeah.
Yes. Everybody else that enhanced pictures, it's like a dead giveaway. Per just did the very littlest enhancement, and it really was artistically the best.
Yeah.
I love Per.
Things like when you can do it on your phone, you can add like shadows or something a little bit, so it can make it appear deeper or something.
John, you see where it says Priest's Resurrection on the cover?
Yep.
You know that Steve probably went back and forth for 6 hours whether he should make S a capital or a small.
I was there during that period, and I can tell you there was a yellow legal pad and a red pen back and forth.
Should we make it a capital or should we make it a small S?
You can resurrect the priest. But I go, the priests weren't resurrected. Jesus was resurrected, and Jesus was not a priest.
Why didn't he just write priest resurrection?
The apostrophe S, that was 2 weeks, right
Yeah,
there.
that's what I'm talking about. The apostrophe S. And the fact that it's smaller than the rest of the print.
Right. No, the focus groups at the gym. Oh my God. We used to go through.
Why? Because if I was there, I'd be like, Steve, why don't you just put priest resurrection, just singular, you know?
Or why don't you say something that has to do with the priest? You know, I mean, like,
leave it ambiguous purposely, right?
He's conflating two aspects of Christianity that really have nothing to do with each other.
Why couldn't he just put Lee Priest? Lee Priest is back.
Hey, I gotta ask Lee something. I'm texting with Joe Zapata while I'm doing a show, by the way. My boy Joe Zapata. Yeah. Give his channel. He's got his own channel, Jersey Joe. But Jersey Joe Z. But he said that you just did an interview with Sam Sulek.
I was going to bring that up. That was my next point. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you can bring it up.
To me.
Yeah, you can bring it up. No, Lee was on the Fuad podcast with Sam.
Who? Really?
He was on Fuad's podcast with Sam Sulek.
I always say that guy's name wrong.
And I told him to eat hamburgers, McDonald's, milkshake.
He's already doing that, though.
Huh?
He's already doing that.
But I'm telling him to eat more. I'm telling him to eat more. So now Nick Trigilli and everyone else can go do videos on Lee giving Sam more bad advice.
You know, that brings up
one of two scenarios, John. Either this kid is going to.
Let me just get this in because this is going to be too long. Okay. I think Sam Sulek is in dire need of Dave Palumbo telling him that McDonald's is good for you. Okay,
he knows it already.
He probably doesn't know it. What's what I'm saying? You're going to change this guy's life, dude. McDonald's, look at me, 300 pounds, and he's going to. You will validate what he has been suspecting.
By the end of the podcast, I told Sam to be doing 4 to 5 grams of Coke, drink vodka. When you can't drink anymore, you put the bottle up your ass and shove it. So I gave Sam nothing but great advice.
The guy's got no body fat. You know what I mean? If you could eat that much food and
did
burn
you see
it
him
up,
dive the other day? He got on the diving board.
Side effects from it, you know?
Did he really? He jumped on a diving board?
If you go on his page, he used to be a diver. And at the weight he is now, he went on the diving board and he's still done like a
really
double. Yeah, if you go on his Instagram, I think it's got on there. He's doing a dive.
I don't think he does Instagram, does he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Well, what I was going to ask you though, Lee, is, you know, he's trying to duplicate that pose you did with Tom Platz with the tricep.
Yeah, because I told him when I'm in Columbus, we can go to the gym and we can take that picture and I'll be Tom.
Oh, there you go.
The problem was
too, is giving me a compliment doing that, and everyone's like, "How can you compare yourself to Lee Priest?" I said he's not comparing himself. He just said he needs to put on more muscle, like 5 to 10 pounds in his arm to do this picture. You'll never be like Lee Priest. Everyone's coming down on him. I said, "Hey, I take it as a compliment that he wants to look like me." And then he did that arm. He did a video where he's doing those arm things that I do, and he said, "I want to try the Lee Priest one." And then a day or two later, the Trend Twins did the Lee Priest arm workout.
Well, I think, Lee, what people are pissed off about is that you happen to have a ridiculously retarded looking tricep. No one's going to have that. You can train from now until the rest of your days. You're never going to get that tricep. You'll never get that.
See the back of my tricep there? Someone zoomed right in on that. It said, looks like a dick. See the back of the horseshoe with the head on the end? Yeah, look at it. Look, that back bit. Look.
It kind of does. Look.
Yeah, look. Just coming out of the foreskin.
I've seen Lee's dick. It's bigger than that.
Hey, come on.
No, that's a freaky tricep, you know.
That's retarded.
Yeah.
That's not even human.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah.
That's not even human.
Sam's not going to get that tricep, but, you know, he's a social media, you know, guy.
That's he should stay in that lane, though. Yeah. You don't want him competing. This is so good.
No. He actually has a pretty good physique. I mean, he probably should compete.
Yeah, you're better off being like the king of the jungle in that way.
Like that mystique, like Victor Richards had that mystique, because if you go on stage and lose, he's nothing.
He's shit. He's not. You get some skinny dude with a little waist and, you know, fucking, you know what I mean? And
if he's at 4 million subscribers already on YouTube, he's making money. So he's probably making more money there than competing.
And that's only going to grow. So he's nuts if he competes.
Dude, Rich Piana is the perfect. He's like a little Rich Piana now.
Your girlfriend there is the epitome of that philosophy.
Who?
What's that little blonde that you like with the short hair?
Can you
yeah. You're talking about Jamie Eason.
She never competed, or maybe she competed once or twice. She never. Her fame came completely off of her magazine covers and photo shoots. She was not off of competing. Not at all.
I would have been her toilet seat.
Well, that's good. But if social media had been what it is now, that girl would be mega famous without ever having competed. So
you know what the craziest thing is?
Right.
John, she was known for her ass, and then she gets pissed off when people show pictures of her ass. Steve Blackman, I remember telling me, Greg, you got to stop talking about her ass because she's been calling the office up and saying, tell that freak to stop. So I had to stop talking about her ass. Meanwhile, that's her bread and butter. You know what I'm saying?
Like, did you see that interview with Monica Lewinsky at that time? She brought that book out, and she's on stage, and one of the questions they asked her was about the president. And she got up and stormed off. I'm thinking, if it wasn't for you being with the president, nobody would know who you are. You've written a book about it, so now somebody just asked you a question about it. She got all upset and walked off stage. I'm like,
she should have said, "Let's bring that subject up."
Well, her friend, what's it, Linda Tripp, told her to save the dress that had all the semen on it. And stuff like that. That's how they caught
I heard it just sold. Did it just sell at an auction for a couple of $1 million? I heard.
But that's how they caught him, because they took a blood sample of him and it matched the DNA.
But the best. Did you see Epstein had a picture of Clinton wearing that dress? It was a painting he had in his house.
Yeah, that was just a goofball thing, probably.
Yeah, but bro,
all that was to show anybody who came in there who had the power.
Right. Who had the power.
That's what that kid was about.
I
wanted to. What happens is, I think of something I want to mention, and then we get on 30 tangents later, and then I want to come back. But because it's about Mr. G, I want to bring it up. Okay. So completely now it's off topic, but before it wouldn't have been. Do you remember Lenny and Larry's cookies?
Yes. I don't like them though.
Okay. I'm not a big fan. Yeah.
Yes. Yesterday I was stuck I had no food. I was way overdue to eat. I had nowhere to go. I was getting gas, and there's a Lenny and Larry's protein cookie in the aisle there. Okay. So I buy it. It's this fucking big, 460 or 480 calories or whatever for the whole thing, 16 grams of protein. I go, okay, this will get me across the street. This will get me to the next meal. I ate the thing. I didn't shovel it in. I ate it slow. I drank water with it, the whole thing. Dude, 3 hours later, I was in agony.
I'm sure.
I know it. I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, of course. It's so much junk in those things.
Yeah, but all that vegan shit that's in there. Same thing with me.
It's vegan protein. You're right.
I was like fucking doubled over. Like, what the fuck is this shit?
Right.
I won't eat those.
I'll tell you want to know what I eat? If I really want a snack, I eat the Power Crunch bars. I love those. They're 20 grams of protein.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying for Georgie, with respect to him, you eat one of his cookies, it's like...
Well, because he puts real ingredients in there. Yeah, he puts real ingredients.
I remember being at the Arnold Classic Expo when Labrada first brought out those chocolate bars that taste like chocolate. But if you ate more than 2 squares, you get diarrhea.
They killed you,
of bars of it. And let me just say, I was in the Doubletree toilet for hours.
They're like mannitol or fucking sorbitol.
Yeah.
Mannitol, sugar alcohols.
Here's the picture we were talking about.
Dave, I can hear it in your voice that you got a cold.
Yeah, I do.
He looks better than Hillary right there. If you said, who would you rather tap, him or Hillary? I would rather tap him, I think. Look it.
I think it's Hillary with his face on it.
No, it's supposed to be. That's the dress.
Hillary, no.
Yeah,
I don't. Like I said, I think the dress sold for $2 million the other day at the auction.
No, that was the Lewinsky
$2 million or 320,000. I'm hearing conflicting reports.
Dude, either way, what you're saying is fucking a lot of money. That dress you probably got.
How much could I auction off my shirt if I come on it?
If you spakim on that thing, man, forget about it. Lee, you'd get guys like saying, if you say my testosterone's in that spakim, you'd get guys scraping that shit like this, trying to fucking,
I could put it in vials like Angelina and then did with blood. You could put like Lee Priest DNA semen in a vial for people to wear around their neck.
That should be in the Momo box, Dave. Lee Priest spakim. We get a bottle of Leaf pre-Spakim in a fucking bottle.
Someone would take it, go and do something, commit a crime, attack a woman, and just pull my semen out.
Oh, shit, that's great. That's fucking funny.
You might be giving somebody a bad idea, right?
You got to tell them, you got to think.
I always think if I wanted to be a serial killer, I'd be like one of those orderlies that just in the hospital that takes people to the X-rays and that. But then in your spare time, you go collect the old blood shit around the hospital. So when you commit a crime, you fucking squeeze it around or leave like a dirty tissue with someone else's blood on it, the crime scene, just to throw everybody off.
Well, that's what they did in that movie. Remember the movie The Town with
yes.
Yeah.
So they would burn the van with all the evidence. They sweep the floor out of the barber shop, and then they throw a dustpan full of hair into with 70 different people's DNA on it into the back of the van.
We could do hair and blood.
No way they could figure out who.
Dude, all you need is a tissue. You get a fucking tissue. Somebody blew their nose in, and you fucking leave it in the floor somewhere. They'd be like, look, we got the DNA.
We could be an orderly in the hospital to get the blood, just go visit your mate at a barber shop and get the hair, and then maybe if you could be a cleaner at night in where they donate sperm and that, we can get it. We're covered.
I like that. I like that idea. You're giving guys ideas like that want to fucking whack their wife and shit like that. That's you know what I'm saying?
But the police come in and there's like 1,000 different hairs. All these different semen, like Jesus, she got murdered having a gangbang.
Yeah, really. I like that though. The Lee Priest semen is Spakim in a little vial. We put it in a Momo box, but it has to be taken orally. You can't inject that semen.
Blackman would buy that box.
You actually can wait. You could take a syringe, without the needle, stick it in your ass and let it absorb anally. You know what I'm saying?
or for the right price.
We almost got monetized.
Yes, we almost got monetized. You guys have.
But do you know, for the right price, everyone has a price of $1 million or up. I will inject it or give it to you sublingual straight from the source.
Let's try to get monetized here today.
On that note, I'm going to have to see you guys later.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to do a half hour early for him. He's like, I gotta go. I'm not going to be home. I gotta leave.
Where you going?
What are you doing?
An appointment.
For what?
For the semen. They really preach Spakim.
Oh, your hand?
Uh-oh.
The claw.
John, you remember Thriller? Remember that shit?
The hand coming up. Thriller.
Thriller.
That came on after Don Kirshner's rock concert.
I love that shit, bro.
Get Smart. Wasn't one of the bad guys on Get Smart? The Crawl.
And we were talking about Chiller Theater, right, John? Chiller Theater.
Isn't it funny when you were a kid that all the spoofy like comedies out there, like Get Smart, we didn't know. We thought they were real. Like we took
Was it the Addams Family?
I gotta tell you, Get Smart was that was a very, very well written show. You go back and watch some of those reruns and you go, man, those guys were talented.
You appreciate it more as an adult. Yeah.
All the 60s and early 70s shit was
great.
What
about the cone of silence? Yep. They bring down the cone of silence and they can never hear each other. But whoever was standing outside said, he said that you got to go.
But there was a string of shows back then that they had stunts in them. And remember Rockford Files and Mannix and these guys were doing real car, stunts and fighting stunts.
Anything you had to watch was on TV. I mean, so they put a lot of effort into it because there was huge advertising dollars behind that.
Right. Lee Majors in the Fall Guy.
$6 million.
Lee, you read my mind because I just saw I guess you remember the beginning where they had the song for the Fall Guy.
Oh yeah, and he has his big is it Bronco pickup or Chevy pickup?
Yeah.
That big truck?
I don't remember the tune but they played it. I'm like, oh, I loved that tune. Every time I'd hear that, I
used to love that. And BJ McKay with the bear in the truck. That tune, remember?
Dude,
I loved Heather Thomas, who was the girl, the blonde girl in the Fall Guy. I was in love with her. I had a poster on my wall. That was like the perfect woman for me.
My girl was Barbie Benton. Remember Barbie Benton?
Yeah, no, she was good too.
I loved her. I would have fucking lived in the bathroom a week just to smell one of her farts.
Remember the show Maude? Remember the show Maude?
Yeah, sure.
Barbie, she was on that show. She played Maude's daughter.
Oh, cool.
We all had fantasies about
Barbie Benton.
No, that was Adrienne Barbeau.
Oh, Adrienne Barbeau. Sorry,
how dare you?
You're right. How
dare you mix those two up?
We need to do a 70s. We need to do a 70s.
Heather Thomas.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
What about I Dream of Jeannie when she had those little pink pants on? You're trying to look through them to see if she's got a thong on.
Oh, I love that. Barbara
Eden, yeah.
But I like Bewitched better. I like her. What's her name? Elizabeth
Sally Field in that nun outfit back in the day did it for me.
She was like 19 when she did that show.
Man.
She was a kid.
I had this poster on my wall. This was the poster on the wall I had.
Yeah, I remember her.
I loved her.
I used to get her mixed up with Heather Locklear. Remember Heather Locklear?
I think she was better looking than Heather Locklear.
Yeah, I liked her better too. But I'm not really a blonde guy.
Who was the other one that played back in the Dukes of Hazzard? What was her name?
Catherine Bach.
Oh yeah, Catherine.
She was cute. Yeah.
We used to do a whole 70s revival show.
I used to like little brunettes like Emma Sams. You remember Emma Sams? She was a cutie. She was cute. She was an English girl. She was really fucking cute.
Come on, Greg. You're getting excited till Laverne and Shirley. I fucking know.
No, when John brought up Maude, I got a heart on her. I like Maude. No, I'm kidding. No,
Heather Thomas now is 67 years old. Wow.
Dude,
she still looks pretty good. Look at this.
I used to bounce back and forth between Ginger and fucking Marianne. Sometimes I like Marianne. Sometimes I like Ginger. It depended on who was wearing a bikini or a belly button at the
67. That's pretty good.
She's 67.
Looks good still.
She still looks good.
Anyway, guys, I will see you next time.
All right, John.
Yeah, love you guys.
Love you, bro.
Bye.
What's
Lee Majors is still alive, isn't he?
You know what's funny? Wait, hold on.
Old.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Joe Zapata, bringing up Joe again, my boy Joe. Yeah. Okay, just saw Lee Majors a week ago. Took a picture with him. Lee Majors looked like an old lady to me.
That's who I was named.
He's 84.
No way.
My mum fell in love with Lee Majors on TV. That's why I got the name Lee.
Oh really? That's funny.
Yeah. And then next time Joe sees Lee Majors, he has to give me a shout out. Say, hi, Lee and Lynn, your mother.
You know what Lee Majors' real name was?
Look, Joe Zapata Lee
Majors' real name was Harvey Lee Yearly.
Oh. Lee Majors sounds a lot better.
Yeah,
not for number. Farrah Fawcett was a piece of ass when she was young.
I liked the Bionic Woman too, Jamie Summers.
Oh yeah,
remember?
Oh yeah, Jamie Summers. Absolutely.
Lindsay Wagner, the actress.
Lindsay Wagner. Yep.
People don't even know.
These young kids today, they don't know. Forget about it.
I remember when I used to. What's his name? Robert Wagner from Heart to Heart, wasn't it?
Yeah, Robert Wagner, Heart to Heart.
My girlfriend at the time, her friend used to do their horses for him, and that's the one morning had to take my girlfriend up to Robert Wagner's property net, and I'm just standing outside his house while she's bringing the horses out.
Oh, really?
All of a sudden, I turn around, and there's Robert Wagner. He's got a coffee. He goes, "You train, huh?" I went, "Yeah." He puts his coffee down, takes off his bathrobe, and he's only wearing some undies, and he starts flexing at me.
No, really? That's funny.
Robert Wagner in his underwear doing double bicep shots.
That's funny.
Dude, my friend who's a bodybuilder. Oh,
that was Lindsay Wagner.
Yeah, she was cute.
Yeah.
She was definitely fucking cute.
That was the typical 70s
look. Who I used to love on TV. We forgot all about her, and she still looks great.
Who?
Linda Carter, Wonder Woman.
Oh, she was the best.
I like her too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Those blue eyes.
Oh my
God!
I
like the cameo she had in the last Wonder Woman. Remember at the end? Did you
yes,
see it?
I loved it. She looked good too.
Yeah, she has to be in her 70s and still looks great.
She's 1951. She's born in. So what is that? She's got to be 70.
Those blue eyes that just pierce at you.
I was born in 1960, so she's 9 years older than me. I'm 63, be 64. She's got to be like 72, something like that.
She still looks great.
She was amazing. Yeah, I agree.
Those eyes of hers were just
my God. Yeah, devastating. Like, and she was like, there was no breast implants back then. That was she was en natural.
I used to love when she just stand there in her little uniform and didn't do the spin and she'd turn into Wonder Woman.
She's still older there. I like the ones where she was real young. She was cute. I'm not into the blue eyes as much though.
No, I like the blue eyes.
Where's the Wonder Woman theme? Put where she's spinning in the Wonder Woman.
This is older. That's an older.
Yeah,
picture.
she's older there, bro. No way. Yeah, see.
She still looks good though.
Yeah, she looks good.
Put in Linda Carter Wonder Woman, then we'll see.
Yeah, that's
look at that.
Look at that. See, I like them skinny like that. I like skinny girls.
Yeah, she had boobs too, you know, back then.
But look at that waist to fucking, you know, them Nortons.
That show was so corny. Remember, she put the lasso over him, then
I know.
The truth and that.